Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we talk about how you can build your spiritual confidence so you can listen to your intuition and read your tarot cards with ease. And today we are going to be talking about the Emperor card, but we're going to be talking about the Emperor card with a little bit of a different focus. I'm going to be using before tarot, after tarot, tarot of the new vision, in between tarot, and vice versa tarot, as well as the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So we're going to be using 6 decks to actually get a really good sense of some deeper meaning and different perspectives of the Emperor card. So let's spin the camera around and I will show you the cards all laid out in order and how you can get such a deeper understanding of this fabulous card. Over we go. So let's have a look at the Emperor. Now, I've talked about these decks before in my earlier videos. I went through quite a lot of detail about them in the full video. So if you'd like to see some unboxing of these decks, the full video is the video to go to where I actually open the boxes and show you the decks. And then we're just working our way through the whole of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot and using before tarot, after tarot, tarot of the new vision, in between tarot, and vice versa tarot to get a sense, just a deeper sense of the Emperor card. And I don't know if I'd use any of these cards for actually reading, but they're certainly really, really helpful in terms of just getting to know the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot more. And of course, many of the modern decks are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. So even if the images are different, the meanings are the same. And so if you learn the Rider-Waite-Smith deck inside out, when you come to pick up another deck, you can see some really powerful imagery. So let's have a little look. So I've done a whole video on the Emperor and on the imagery in this card, but this is a card about strength and using the strength, your strength wisely. So if you think about here, you've got, this is before tarot, you've got the Emperor here and he has the lamb on his shoulders. So this is someone forging ahead with masculine energy, with the trust of the whole world on his shoulders. Rams or lambs are an animal that's bred by humans, so they're very reliant on humans to look after them. They're either looked after or they're sacrificed, and that really is indicative of the Emperor's position. He's either going to do the right thing by his flock or the right thing by the world, or he's going to sacrifice it. So this is before tarot, so this is what's happening before the Emperor card. You've then got the Emperor card here with obviously the symbolism that's repeated in these cards of the rams on the throne. So he's ruling. And then you see here the ram sitting at his feet, fully grown. So it's this end result that he has forged out into the world and looked after the lamb that was on his shoulders for it to come to full fruition. Then if you look at tarot of the new vision, this is looking out. This is looking into the future. It's looking, this card is sort of, some of the cards are sort of looking out from the Emperor's perspective, or the person who's in the card's perspective. And in this case, this is about your legacy. What is your legacy? So you've got the throne here with like a shadow of the Emperor carved into it, and a realization that you in your life might feel totally powerful, but you're just a fleeting moment in the world. You know, if you think of the symbol of the turtle, this is, if you think of the turtle and the symbol of the turtle with the world on it, the flat world on its shoulders, across the top of the shell. The turtle is the symbol of timelessness. You know, a tortoise or a turtle, I hope I'm calling it the right thing, lives for many, many years. So you have the emperor with this shadow here of his legacy. And you can see that he's actually sitting on the other side of the throne. And what's happening here? He's holding the symbol of masculine energy or power or moving forward, but he's working with women to provide that balance of masculine and feminine energy, which we know is so important. So when we talk about masculine and feminine, we're not talking about male and female. We're talking about balance of energy. Masculine being the strong, pushing forward energy, and then feminine being that softer, more feminine energy. If we look at the next card, which is in between tarot, this card talks about the energy between the Emperor and the Hierophant, which is the next card. And this card is super, super interesting. So you can see on this side, we've got the Emperor, and he has his troops here, and symbolized by Aries, his troops here, and they're ready to forge ahead. And when you think about how the emperor moves, or the king in chess, you've got a chessboard down here at the bottom. The king or the emperor in chess, if you're familiar with chess, moves one space at a time. So he's forging ahead one space at a time across the board with certainty. But then you have the Hierophant here. Now the Hierophant in chess represents the bishop, and the bishop moves diagonally. Again, you've got a very strong symbol here of Taurus, but Taurus is a more complex type of strength. This is a grounding strength. This is a strength where you might not necessarily move. If you think about the meaning of Taurus from astrological sense, you might not necessarily move forward. You might be, as a person that's a Taurian, you might be incredibly stubborn, just like Aries can be. But when you make a decision to do something, you go for it. So this is moving diagonally across the board. And again, if we think about the Hierophant, this is religion. And if we think of the modern meaning of the Hierophant, this is about our beliefs, our values, and our boundaries. The Hierophant, if you think about, traditional meanings, can often symbolize marriage, all of those boundaries and traditions that we have in our lives. So you've got this difference between the two approaches. One has to consider the more complex considerations of being in the world. If we think about religion, all of the values, beliefs, morals, even the values, beliefs, and morals that people have generally, no matter what religion they have, and how they are woven into the fabric of moving forward. Are you going to stand back and be stubborn, or are you going to go for it? A bit like marriage. Are you going to get married and take that ultimate plunge or not? Are you going to hold back, or are you going to do it? Whereas with the emperor makes decisions step by step, knowing that there's no going back, that he has to look after his flock. It's a very different type of strength to the Hierophant. So we're looking at a transition from one card to the other, understanding strength and stability, and the importance of weaving in our beliefs, values, and morals in that strength and stability. Then the last card, this is an interesting card. This is vice versa tarot. So there is the Emperor is on both sides. And I wanted to put these in because they're interesting. And you've got here the Emperor, and he's balancing the world. Whether he does this by night or looking out into the world by day, he's still balancing and juggling the world. And you can see behind him the challenges here that are represented by the sun, the moon. This looks like it's representing the world, the cube of space, which is a whole other Kabbalah concept that I haven't even talked to you about yet. We will get to it. And the fire and passion of his approach as he steps out into the world. So it's just another different way of looking at the cards. So I thought you would find those super interesting to have just a deeper understanding of the Emperor card. And of course, this takes us into the Hierophant and the meaning, the deeper meanings behind the Hierophant, which I know many of you struggle with in terms of reading that card and what it means. So I will see you in the next video where we talk about the Hierophant, both in terms of the symbolism on this card. And I'm hoping that as you've been watching me talk about the different cards, you will be starting to look at that card and seeing a lot of the symbolism already. So take care, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Leave me a comment if you've got a question, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.